You know, this is the truth. I had Arnold on my wall. You know, all the pictures you get in magazines and shit like that. You know, physiques like Lou Ferrigno. I had Sean Ray on my wall. There was a picture of Jay Cutler when he was super young on my wall. You know, that's just what I wanted to look like. I was like, that's cool, you know what I mean? And that inspired me to like go down in my basement every day and pick up my plastic fucking shitty weights I had that were like the concrete inside dropping on your face. And you know, and I didn't have a training partner. I never had a gym. Doing chin-ups on the edge of the door ledge with just my fingertips like this. And you know, I'm thinking, where the hell did I get this motivation from? And now I think look back and say, man, there's a kid out there that's doing the same thing I did with Mr. Olympia's picture. And I'm not no Mr. Olympia. I'm Frank. And this kid's got my picture on his wall, or someone said I got this in my locker, or I got your picture in my gym, I got your whatever. You know, you're in my training book, and I'm the guy on the cover. That's crazy. That's you know, changing someone's life just because of what I like to do, or because I just decided to get up and train that day, or I decided not to let my problems, you know, health or injuries or personal problems get in the way of what I want to do, you know, and that makes him want to get out of bed and makes him want to go down his basement in his fucking crappy fucking basement plastic weights and shit and start doing stuff. And next thing you know, this guy could be not even Mr. I'm saying Mr. Olympia, he could be some professional athlete, and he started in his basement working out to get stronger and stuff, and it's because of me. That's pretty crazy. When I started working out, and you know, I started working out actually when I started competing. I never really thought about being a pro bodybuilder. I never thought about being a bodybuilder. I always looked in magazines and shit like that, but I just wanted to look like it. I was just like more like, I mean, I want to look that's cool. Look like a freak, a superhero kind of look. But I wasn't always worried about winning. I wasn't worried about money. I wasn't worried about, getting girls because of it or anything like that. It was just because I liked it. So even when I turned pro, my thing I thought every single day was, I want to walk in that stage and I want to just freak people out. I didn't care about winning. I wasn't like, oh, I want to be a pro. How many people come to me every day and say, oh man, I want to be a pro bodybuilder? I was like, how many shows you've done? 0. I was like, I think you want it for the wrong reasons. You want the fame and you want the magazines. That's cool. But you got to do it because you love it, and that's the reason I did it. I love to work out. I love working out more than I love bodybuilding. Bodybuilding's great, it's cool, but I love to work out. That's what I love. You know, competing is just like a side thing of that. So, you know, I'm not gonna lie. When I got a few years into it, I got a little comfortable, and you know, it kind of became a job at a point. And I find when I got to that point, I wasn't enjoying it as much. I wasn't looking at it the way I should, because I didn't have love for it, I guess. I mean, then towards, you know, lately, I guess the last few years, I'm getting that. I'm not worrying about what people think too much. I'm more worried about what that feeling again. Like I'm on the treadmill, and I'm just like, I just want to freak people out. I want to walk out and I want people to go, shit, wow, you know what I mean? And then not, you know, of course I want to win. Everybody wants to win, but I want to walk out and beat up. Everyone just be like, wow, that guy looks crazy. You know what I mean? That's what I want, and I want to enjoy it again, and not it's not a job. It's my passion. You know, because without passion, what's life worth? Nothing. We all want to win. I mean, I don't think there's one bodybuilder out there, or, you know, God, it just works out, that doesn't think about, man, I want to be Mr. Olympia, I want to win shows, I want to be a pro. We all want that. Don't get me wrong, that's in my mind too. But honestly, since I started this, you know, bodybuilding, and from the first day till today, I've heard from so many people that I'm the reason they started bodybuilding, or you're the reason I started working out. I've heard other people that have had injuries or money problems, whatever, you know, the problems everybody has in life, the normal shit, or even bad, like, you know, people write me with cancer and say, oh, you know, I got back up out of bed because of you and stuff like that. So, and I'm like, wow, how crazy is it to have an effect, not just on one, but, you know, effect on one person, that you say you changed their life. Thousands of people writing you saying, man, oh, you know, you're the reason I started working out. So, you know, what if that one day, that kid that, you know, 15 right now, is looking at my shit and, you know, saying, oh, look, Frank, he did this, he overcame that, he looks good, or whatever reason, he likes just the way I look, he likes whatever I do. And 10 years from now, he's Mr. Olympia. big into GI Joes when I was a kid. And you know, you got tons of GI Joes. You got Storm Shadow. I don't forget their names now. The Ninja Guy. You know, the Roadblock. You know what I mean? And this is before I started training. Before I started. I don't know how old when you play with GI Joes. 10? I don't know. So I had a guy. And I like the guys that had the weapons, the swords and the knives and stuff. So one guy had a place in his boot for a knife. So I was like, cool, okay, awesome. And I had another guy that was a ninja, and he had a sword, and he could put it back in his back, and he had a place for it. And I was like, that's cool. And then I had another guy with big arms and veins in it. No joke, this guy had, I don't know what he was, whatever, he had big arms and veins in him. And I don't know how many people out there take apart their GI Joes, but I took apart my GI Joe. I took the legs, and the guy that had the sword thing, used his body, and I put the big arms on the guy's body, and I put the ninja head on him. And who does that? So I think from when I was 10, and before I even thought about lifting weights, I wanted to have the muscle arms on the GI Joe. So I think there was something in the way I'm born or whatever it is. I don't know if it's muscle, but I guess it's the idea of power, being different, being I don't know, maybe because too I was a small kid and I got picked on a lot, and I was the weak one when I was a kid, and so I was always drawn to like the superhero. I mean, I know a lot of people are, but I was drawn to the superhero stuff and the like I said, putting the muscle arms on my GI Joes. Like, I'm 10. Who gives a shit about muscle arms on a GI Joe? But that's what I did, and I think maybe that's got a part where because no one ever showed me how to work out. My dad never showed me how to work out. There was nobody that to look up to besides just pictures. I didn't have magazines. I had my dad's old magazines that were like 60s, you know, but there was nobody that was like, there was no gym. I went to a gym and I looked up to a big guy in the gym and said, oh, I look like him. I did it on my own. I think I just, from my He-Man and my GI Joes and stuff, and I was like, one day I went down my basement and it was there, and I just started doing it. I trained every body part every day when I started. I had no clue what I was doing. And I don't know if that has something to do with how I started, but I don't know. want to be remembered, because I think there's a lot of great bodybuilders that come and go, and they're way better bodybuilders than me. I'm not gonna lie, and nobody probably even remembers their name. And I think that's one of the worst things there is, because this guy spent his whole life, his passion, and someone didn't remember him. And I just want to be a guy that even when I'm done, people still say your name, still use your pictures. 20 years after I'm done, someone still has my picture up on their gym, or someone has I'm still their motivation, or they still get a video, or they still, I still come up in things like, yeah, I get really vascular. That still comes up. I want or big forearms, or whatever the case may be, whatever someone looks at me as what they like about me. I want to be remembered like, if you've seen Pumping Iron, Arnold says he wants to be remembered like Jesus, and that's pretty crazy. But I'm just saying, like, he's right though, because Arnold's been done bodybuilding for what, 40 something years, and he's still one of the most motivational people in bodybuilding history, and people remember him. And I want to. It's crazy as it sounds. I want to be remembered like that. I want to be. My name's, like I said, my name's still come up, and even when I'm done, even when I'm skinny or whatever, I still want to be like, man, look at this picture of Frank McGrath. Remember this guy? This guy was crazy, and I still look at these pictures, these videos, and that makes me get up in the morning and go to the gym. I want to be remembered, and be remembered for someone that didn't quit no matter what. No matter what happened, he didn't give up. Even when maybe say a lot of people would. Even days when I thought I should have give up. I want people to be like, that guy had more than just big muscles, man. The guy had heart. The guy had drive. The guy had, had more to give to the sport than just big muscles. Because everybody got big muscles. So I want to give a message to like the future guys, to come out, that you can get through anything. It's not that this bodybuilding game or life or whatever you're doing, sports or whatever, it's all mental. It's not just a physical thing. And I want people to remember me as that kind of guy, and that I can help keep inspiring those people to use their mind more than just the body too. Even though I'm a very physical guy, yeah, but it's all mental. It's all in your head. It's all what you believe you can be. Especially if I don't believe I can be something, or if I don't envision myself being something, then it's already failed. So I already see myself in the future and where I want to be and what I want to look like and where I want my life to be. And now it's just waiting to get there, because it's already happened in my own mind. So I'm just waiting for it to get there.